Rob, obviously this is tough to talk about, but there's lots of good things we can say about Anthony Boettcher, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is tough. My wife said, "I'm sorry you lost your second wife," and it sounds kind of humorous, but we that's the way I talked with Anthony is, hey, we're in this together. This is you and I, and we've got to be together. And then these are our people. When we're talking about the team, and we're doing this together. We're either going to win together, we're going to lose together. This is not you versus me. We're not competing here. We are helping each other be successful. And it's been an amazing decade. Certainly performance wise. You can look at history and count up all the WAC championships we won. Prior to when Anthony got here. Yeah, we're zero. And but together we built, helped build something, and lots of people involved, not just Anthony and I, lots of people. But, at the center of it, the two of us, and at the center of it for over a decade. And, performance, accolades, we won. It was great. But beyond that, we produced great officers. And again, we helped produce that, and we're along for the ride to see a lot of great young men grow up during those years, and to grow up right in front of us. And as you can imagine, my phone is blown up just from guys reaching back and guys talking about the impact that Anthony made on them. And no one mentions, hey, I dropped 4 seconds. No, they talk about the life lessons they've learned. And when Anthony was in the hospital last week, remarkable the number of people that went through there. Remarkable the number of lives that he touched, and you could see the impact that he had. And so many times we're standing there on deck, and I know we're not supposed to be looking at our phones on deck, but Anthony would show me his phone and go, hey, look, a new grandniece. Hey, look, Becky got a new dog. I'm like, okay, I have to remember who Becky. Oh, well, she was the pool manager where I worked in Evergreen. And the connection that Anthony made with people, and it was, sure, it starts at swimmers, it starts at athletes, it starts at people he coached, at Evergreen, at the Falcons, and certainly here at the Air Force Academy. But it extends to lifeguards and pool managers. It extends to the cadets in his class, that he knew their stories. He knew what was going on. He knew what was important to them, and he cared, and they cared about him. And we saw that last week in the hospital, and so many people, so many walks of life. And he was just an incredible person who had an incredible capacity to care and to impact. I mean, his impact is far-reaching, and it's obviously tough to hold it together the last couple days, but especially when I see our people, our aquatics family, and there's a behind the scenes piece of what we do. We have a very public face, and people see the meets and the wins and and all that stuff. But those of us who, are planning, are figuring out what to do, figuring out how to get there, figuring out how to make it happen, and being part of that daily process and that grind. And so, for us, it starts with Anthony and I, and then extends to, our colleagues Colleen and Scott and Stan and with the diving team. And then, the next kind of concentric circle is, the water polo guys. We're close to those guys. And they were super close with Anthony. And then to our aquatic staff. And, it's when I see them and they really, I know, okay, you really understand Anthony like I do. And we really see the incredible work that he did in the pool among the cadets when he's jumping in the water and, showing them how to streamline and showing them, teaching. At heart, Anthony was a teacher. And, that impacted his coaching. And it impacted every part of who he was. He was a dear friend. I've mentioned to a couple guys, there are no silver linings. There's no, there's just loss. And, yeah, he's a great man. He's a great friend. He will be missed. He'll be missed by the guys, certainly. I will miss him deeply.